guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a back to school kind of glam look. It's not a natural look for sure. It's just something to make you, kind of stand out on your first day back to school. And all the products that I'm going to be using, besides like the brushes, they're all from the drugstore. I have like a couple of drugstore brushes, but I don't have that many. I think I've got most of my brushes I've got from like subscription boxes like BoxyCharms or Ipsy, and I didn't really feel the need to like go out and just buy a bunch of brand new brushes from the drugstore, just because, I don't know, I'm cheap and I just wanted to use what I already have. But if you guys don't have to use the brushes that I use, you can just use whatever brushes you have, even the products that I'm using. It's just to give you guys an idea. Not necessarily something that you have to get these products and you have to follow my exact steps. But, so, for the most part, you can just grab whatever you already have. If it's something of a similar shade or whatever, that'll work. But this is just mostly to give you guys inspiration, not necessarily you have to follow every step and you have to use all the products that I use. But yeah, if you want to see how I did this look here, how I was able to get this look, then please keep on watching. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prime the face, and I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Hydrating face primer. It's like this, and I'm just going to put a couple of pumps on my hand, and then just put that right all over my face. And you can use whatever primer you guys have. Whatever's your favorite drugstore primer. This just happens to be my current favorite. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation. I do know if you have like oily skin or something, they do have a matte version. It's just I have a dry skin, so I like the dewy one. Just gonna put a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And then just put dots all around my face. And then to blend that out, I'm going to be using the Eco Tool Beauty Blender. Looks like this, and I'm just gonna blend that out. If you guys happen to hear any weird noises, my dogs are on my bed back there, and they sometimes like to make noises, or as they're getting comfy, they scratch around on the blankets or something. I just didn't want to put them out right now because it's hot and I feel bad for them being out in that heat, so I bring them in. And of course they want to be in the same room as me, so. Alright, to conceal my face, I'm going to be using the NYX HD Studio Concealer, and I am in the shade Porcelain, and I'm just going to place that underneath my eyes. And on my Cupid's bow, and then also on my chin and my forehead. And then I'm going to blend that out. Alright, and to set my face, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder, just like this. Looks very white on camera, but it's not that pale. And then I'm just going to be using a big brush. Any big brush will work. I'm just going to place that all over my face, especially under the eyes, trying to set them a little bit. Alright, and for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Rimmel, not sure how you say that, London Natural Bronzer, and it's in the shade Sunlight. Looks like this, and as for a brush, I'm just going to be using another big brush. Any brush, whatever you have will work. And I'm just going to be placing that on the cheeks, on the forehead up here, and maybe a little underneath my jaw. For blush, I'm going to be using the Milani Baked Blush, and it is in the shade Berry Amore. Looks like this. This is one of my favorite drugstore blushes. I think it gives a nice glow, kind of subtle, not too bright, but just enough to add a little color to your face. And I'm just using a blush brush. And then for highlight, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Blossom Glow. Looks like this. And I'm just going to be using, if I can find it, a highlighting brush. But you could use whatever type of brush you have. It doesn't have to be a highlighting brush, just whatever you have. You guys can hear a clanking noise or something like a machine. I think my neighbors are building something today. I'm not sure what they're doing. That's what that noise is. I think I'll add a little more. Very subtle highlight, not too in your face kind of glow, but just enough to show that there's something there. Alrighty, and for brows, I'm going to be using the Loreal Brow Stylist Definer. This is one of my favorites from the drugstore because it has such a very fine tip. And I really like that too. I like the finer tip ones. I don't like ones that are too thick, so I find it harder to control how much you're putting on your brow. Alright, now we're going to get into eyes, and I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Nude Awakening palette. Looks like this. And I think the first shade I'm going to be going to is this top one up here. And I'm just going to put that all over my lids. And I'm just using a blending brush, just any brush will do, whatever you have. Alright, next shade I'm going to go into is this bottom shade right here. I don't think they really have names on them. I don't see anywhere that says the names, but I'm going to put that more on like the corners here on the outer part. Then I'm going to go back in with this top shade up here, and I'm going to try to lighten it up a little bit because it turned out a little darker than I wanted. Alrighty, and then I'm going to go in with this shade right here, and I'm just going to put that on the tops with my finger. And then I'm going to go in with the shade again, the top one, and I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. Alright, and then for the bottom lash line, I'm going to take this top shade with just a crease. I think it's a crease brush. Yeah, this one is an e.l.f. crease brush. Oops, not reading it. Let's see if I can get it to read it. Here we go. I'm just going to buff the lower lash out with that color. And then with a smaller brush, thinner brush, I'm going to use this bottom color down here. And I'm just going to put that right along my lash line. And then with this darker shade here, it's almost, I think, a black. I'm going to use this to give it kind of an eyeliner effect. Using that same smaller brush. Alrighty, and then for mascara, I'm going to be using this Voluminous Lash Paradise, and it's by Loreal. I'm going to put that on the top and bottom of my eyelashes. Alrighty, and then to set my face, I'm going to be using the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and I'm just going to put that all over my face. And then for lip color, I'm going to be using the Milani liquid lip color. It is the shade Charming, I believe, and this is my favorite Milani lip color. And just gonna put that all over my lips. And that concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, comment, and like this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!